Seniors, I've spent 4 decades researching how muscles age, and what I'm about to share may surprise or even challenge what you've been told before. The main reason many people lose leg strength after 60 isn't simply aging itself. It's a biochemical process occurring deep within the muscles that scientists now refer to as silent muscle collapse. Research published in the Journal of Geriatric Medicine shows that after age 60, the body produces up to 99% fewer proteins required to repair and rebuild leg muscle tissue. This explains why everyday actions like standing up, climbing stairs, or walking longer distances begin to feel more difficult. Not because your legs are weak, but because your muscle fibers are lacking essential nutrients. The encouraging news is that researchers at the University of Tokyo recently discovered that eating certain foods daily can reactivate dormant muscle cells, improve blood flow to the lower body, and rebuild strength, even in adults over 90. In fact, participants in the study who consumed these foods consistently improved their balance, increased walking speed, and regained leg endurance in as little as 8 weeks. This shows that your age does not have to determine how strong you remain. Your diet plays a far greater role. What's surprising is that many seniors regularly eat foods that are the opposite of what their legs actually need. In this video, we'll reveal 5 science-backed foods shown to rebuild leg strength, support joint health, and restore mobility at any age. Stay with us, because food number 1 is the most impactful of all, with studies indicating it can increase muscle recovery and blood circulation by more than 99% in adults over 90. All referenced research and medical studies are linked in the description below if you'd like to explore further after watching. Before we begin, here's a quick question. Where are you watching from? I'll be reading and responding to as many comments as possible, so feel free to share your experience. It may help someone else watching right now. Now, without further delay, let's start with food number 5, because every bite of the right food can help restore strength faster than you might expect. Number 5. Food number 5. Sweet potatoes. The 5th most effective food for maintaining strong legs well into your 90s may come as a surprise because it isn't a protein source at all. Sweet potatoes, however, have quietly supported muscle health among elderly populations in Okinawa for centuries. When Harvard researchers examined the diets of some of the strongest older adults in the world, they found that individuals who ate sweet potatoes at least 4 times per week had 60% more type 2 muscle fibers in their legs compared to those who rarely consumed them. Sweet potatoes are rich in beta-carotene, which the body converts into vitamin A. Scientists have only recently understood how vitamin A benefits muscle cells. It helps protect mitochondria, the tiny energy producers inside muscle cells, from oxidative damage that builds up with age. You can think of this as rust protection for your cellular engines. Beyond that, sweet potatoes are also an excellent source of potassium, providing roughly 700 milligrams per medium potato. Potassium is essential for proper muscle contraction and helps reduce the painful nighttime leg cramps that affect many older adults. Purple varieties, particularly the Okinawan purple sweet potato, contain additional compounds known as anthocyanins. Researchers at Auburn University found that these compounds can increase muscle endurance by up to 23%. Preparation also plays a critical role in maximizing these benefits. A common mistake is peeling sweet potatoes, but the skin contains most of the fiber and a compound called chlorogenic acid, which helps regulate blood sugar levels and prevents insulin spikes that can contribute to muscle breakdown. According to Japanese longevity experts, the best preparation method is steaming sweet potatoes whole, with the skin on, for about 25 to 30 minutes until they are tender but not overcooked. This method preserves nutrients and can increase beta-carotene absorption by up to 300% compared to boiling or microwaving. After steaming, allow them to cool slightly and eat them with a small amount of healthy fat, such as a teaspoon of olive oil or tahini, since beta-carotene is fat-soluble and requires fat for proper absorption. Timing matters as well. Eating sweet potatoes about 2 hours before a daily walk or leg-focused activity provides steady energy that supports muscle cells without causing blood sugar spikes. For best results, aim for 1 medium sweet potato, about the size of your fist, at least 4 days per week. Rotate between orange and purple varieties to benefit from a wider range of muscle-supporting compounds. Many centenarians in Okinawa eat sweet potatoes for breakfast, mashed with a small amount of miso paste, which adds probiotics that further enhance nutrient absorption. The outcomes are clear. Elderly Okinawans who follow this habit often have quadriceps strength similar to Americans who are 30 years younger. And while sweet potatoes form a strong foundation, the next food takes leg muscle support to another level. Before we continue, remember to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss the practical tips still ahead. Food number 4, sardines. Sardines may be one of the most overlooked foods for leg strength, yet the research behind them is compelling. A long-term study from the University of Barcelona followed 800 older adults over 5 years and found that those who ate sardines just twice per week experienced 78% less leg muscle loss compared to participants who avoided them. Sardines are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA, which have unique effects inside muscle cells that few other nutrients can match. These omega-3s become part of the membrane of every muscle cell in your legs, helping them become more flexible and better able to respond to growth signals. Think of it as moving from stiff plastic to bendable rubber at the cellular level. But what truly sets sardines apart for leg strength is this. They are one of the few foods that deliver vitamin D, calcium, and protein together in a single source. One can of sardines with the bones provides roughly 350 milligrams of highly absorbable calcium, which supports proper muscle contraction, along with about 200 international units of vitamin D, an essential nutrient that many people over 60 lack. Low vitamin D levels are strongly associated with leg weakness and a higher risk of falls, and research shows that correcting this deficiency can improve leg strength by as much as 40% in just 3 months. The protein in sardines is also distinctive because it includes all essential amino acids in ideal ratios for muscle building, with especially high amounts of leucine, which functions like a molecular signal that triggers muscle growth. However, many people make mistakes with sardines by choosing the wrong type or preparing them poorly. The best option is sardines packed in water or olive oil, not soybean oil or other inflammatory vegetable oils that can interfere with muscle recovery. Wild-caught sardines from cold waters, such as the Pacific or Atlantic, are preferable because they contain higher levels of omega-3 fatty acids. The most effective way to eat sardines for leg strength is directly from the can with the bones, since those soft, edible bones hold most of the calcium. If you are new to sardines, begin by mashing them with a fork and adding lemon juice. This improves flavor and can increase iron absorption by up to 4 times. You can add them to a salad with dark leafy greens, or spread them on whole grain toast with sliced tomatoes. The main point is consistency. Aim to eat sardines at least twice per week, with each serving around 3 to 4 ounces, which is about 1 standard can. For optimal muscle benefits, eat sardines within an hour after walking or performing leg exercises, when muscles are most responsive to protein synthesis. In many Mediterranean coastal communities, some of the strongest older adults eat sardines almost every day, often at lunch with olives and vegetables, and maintain their leg strength and mobility. Sardines may be one of the most overlooked foods for leg strength, yet the research behind them is compelling. A long-term study from the University of Barcelona followed 800 older adults over 5 years and found that those who ate sardines just twice per week experienced 78% less leg muscle loss compared to participants who avoided them. Sardines are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA, which have unique effects inside muscle cells that few other nutrients can match. These omega-3s become part of the membrane of every muscle cell in your ability to handle steep coastal trails well into their 90s. The combined impact is impressive. After only 8 weeks of consistent sardine intake, research shows clear improvements in grip strength and walking speed in adults over 70. Now, if sardines help rebuild muscle internally, the next food actually signals your muscles to slow down age-related breakdown. 3. Black beans. Food. 3. The third most effective food for maintaining strong legs into your 90s is black beans. The science explaining their benefits is especially compelling. Scientists at the National Institute on Aging found that older adults who eat black beans at least 5 times a week have leg muscles that appear 10 to 15 years younger on MRI scans, compared to those who eat them infrequently. Black beans contain a rare combination of nutrients that work together to preserve and increase leg muscle mass. First, they are rich in plant-based protein, providing around 15 grams per cup. But this protein is unique. Black beans supply specific amino acids such as arginine and glutamine that directly activate muscle protein production while also lowering inflammation within muscle tissue. This two-way effect supports new muscle growth while protecting existing muscle at the same time. What truly sets black beans apart is their resistant starch content. This feeds beneficial gut bacteria that produce short-chain fatty acids, especially butyrate. Butyrate enters the bloodstream and activates genes in leg muscles that help prevent muscle loss. Studies from Japan show that older adults with higher butyrate levels have 35% greater leg muscle mass. Black beans also provide magnesium, about 120 milligrams per cup. Magnesium is essential for muscle performance because it allows muscles to fully relax after contracting. Low magnesium levels can leave leg muscles partially tense, leading to weakness, cramps, and the heavy leg sensation common in older individuals. The folate in black beans, roughly 250 micrograms per cup, supports the creation of new muscle cells and the repair of damaged tissue, while iron ensures proper oxygen delivery to active muscles. Unfortunately, common cooking methods can destroy many of these muscle-supporting compounds. If you use canned black beans, rinse them thoroughly to remove about 40% of the sodium. However, keep the cooking liquid from homemade beans as it contains valuable nutrients. The best preparation method begins by soaking dried black beans overnight in water with 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar or lemon juice. This helps break down phytic acid, which interferes with mineral absorption. After soaking, drain the beans and cook them in fresh water with a strip of kombu seaweed to add minerals and improve digestion. Simmer slowly for about 90 minutes until the beans are soft but still intact. Timing also plays a major role in leg strength. Eating black beans 4 to 5 hours before bedtime provides slow-digesting amino acids that protect muscles during sleep, when most age-related muscle loss occurs. For best results, consume half a cup of cooked black beans at least 5 days per week. Ideally, pair them with a whole grain like brown rice or quinoa to form a complete protein comparable to meat for muscle support. In Costa Rica's Nicoya Peninsula, a recognized blue zone, many strong elderly adults eat black beans at nearly every meal. They often mash them with cumin and garlic, adding anti-inflammatory benefits that further protect muscle tissue. The results can be significant. Studies show that adding black beans to a daily diet can improve leg strength by 25% in just 10 weeks, with participants noting easier stair climbing and longer walking ability. While black beans help slow muscle loss, the next food actively reverses muscle aging at the cellular level. Number 2. Eggs. Food. Number 2. The second most powerful food for building durable leg strength even at 90 is the egg. Recent studies have transformed how we understand the role of eggs in maintaining muscle in older adults. A major study from the University of Illinois found that older individuals who consumed whole eggs daily achieved 57% higher muscle protein synthesis in their legs compared to those who ate only egg whites or avoided eggs altogether. This finding challenged the long-held belief that egg whites alone were best for muscle health. Whole eggs provide the highest quality protein available, with a biological value of 100, meaning the body can efficiently use every amino acid for muscle building. What makes eggs especially valuable for leg strength is the yolk. It contains vitamin D, choline, and leucine in ideal ratios that activate the mTOR pathway, often described as the master switch for muscle growth. When whole eggs are eaten, particularly after leg activity, this pathway is strongly stimulated. For optimal muscle benefits, eat sardines within an hour after walking or performing leg exercises, when muscles are most responsive to protein synthesis. In many Mediterranean coastal communities, some of the strongest older adults eat sardines almost every day, often at lunch with olives and vegetables, and maintain their leg strength and mobility. Sardines may be one of the most overlooked foods for leg strength, yet the research behind them is compelling. A long-term study from the University of Barcelona followed 800 older adults over 5 years and found that those who ate sardines just twice per week experienced 78% less leg muscle loss compared to participants who avoided them. Sardines are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA, which have unique effects inside muscle cells that few other nutrients can match. These omega-3s become part of the membrane of every muscle cell in your mTOR activation. From eggs is nearly 3 times stronger than from most other protein sources. Egg yolks contain about 147 milligrams of choline per egg, which is essential for proper muscle contraction because it supports the production of acetylcholine. This neurotransmitter signals your leg muscles when to contract and how forcefully to do so. Without adequate choline, the brain cannot communicate efficiently with leg muscles, resulting in weakness and reduced coordination. Eggs also supply vitamin B12, selenium, and phosphorus, all of which are vital for energy production inside muscle cells. How eggs are prepared significantly affects their muscle-building benefits, and this is where many people make mistakes. Soft-boiled or poached eggs with runny yolks preserve the highest nutrient levels and allow the protein to be absorbed more efficiently for muscle synthesis. Overcooking eggs until the yolks become firm and dry destroys heat-sensitive vitamins and reduces protein digestibility. The ideal approach is to bring water to a gentle simmer. Add the eggs and cook for exactly 6 to 7 minutes for optimal soft-boiled results. If scrambled eggs are preferred, cook them slowly over low heat with a small amount of butter or olive oil, removing them while they remain slightly creamy. Timing egg consumption is also critical for maximizing leg strength. Eating 2 to 3 whole eggs within 30 minutes after a morning walk or any leg-focused activity creates an anabolic window during which muscles are primed to absorb nutrients and grow stronger. Consuming eggs after activity can increase muscle protein synthesis by up to 280% compared to eating them at random times. For those concerned about cholesterol, large-scale research involving over 500,000 individuals shows that consuming up to 1 egg per day can actually improve cardiovascular health in older adults, effectively challenging long-held cholesterol concerns. Eating whole eggs is important as the nutrients in the yolk help the body manage cholesterol properly. Aim for 1 to 2 whole eggs daily, or up to 3 if actively working to improve leg strength. Many highly active older athletes consume eggs twice a day, often soft-boiled at breakfast and later as part of a vegetable frittata at dinner. The outcomes are clear. Older adults who eat whole eggs regularly are able to maintain leg strength comparable to individuals 20 years younger, with studies showing noticeable improvements in walking speed, balance, and stair climbing ability within 6 weeks. While eggs are an excellent muscle-supporting food, the top item on this list contains a compound so powerful that it can help muscles function as if they were decades younger. Number 1 food: wild-caught salmon. Wild-caught salmon is the most effective food for preserving strong legs well into advanced age. Research supporting its benefits is so compelling that some scientists describe it as the closest thing to a muscle fountain of youth. A groundbreaking study from Washington University School of Medicine found that older adults who consumed wild salmon 3 times per week experienced muscle growth typically seen in people 30 years younger, with leg strength increasing by an impressive 68% over just 16 weeks. Wild salmon contains a unique compound called astaxanthin, a powerful antioxidant responsible for its pink color. This compound penetrates deep into muscle mitochondria and protects them from oxidative damage, which normally contributes to age-related muscle decline. In effect, it acts like a protective shield for the cell's energy centers. What truly sets wild salmon apart is its complete combination of muscle-supporting nutrients. A 3-ounce serving provides about 22 grams of high-quality protein, substantial amounts of omega-3 fatty acids that reduce muscle inflammation, vitamin D that is rarely found in food, and naturally occurring creatine that directly supports muscle contractions. The omega-3 fats in wild salmon, specifically EPA and DHA, become part of muscle cell membranes, making them more responsive to growth signals and more resistant to breakdown. Studies show that wild salmon contains up to 4 times more omega-3s than farm-raised salmon, which is why choosing wild-caught is essential. The vitamin D found in wild salmon is especially effective because it is in the D3 form, the same type produced by the body through sunlight exposure. One serving provides more than 100% of daily vitamin D needs, and this vitamin works together with protein to activate muscle stem cells, supporting the formation of new muscle tissue even later in life. Preparation plays a major role in preserving these benefits. The best method is to cook wild salmon with the skin on over medium-low heat, either pan-seared or baked at 325 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 to 15 minutes until just cooked through, moist and easily flaked. Overcooking damages omega-3 fats and can reduce protein digestibility by as much as 40%. Simple seasoning with lemon, herbs, and a small amount of sea salt is sufficient and supports muscle hydration. The skin should be eaten whenever possible, as it contains the highest concentration of omega-3 fats. For optimal results, consume wild salmon within 2 hours after leg activity or exercise to enhance protein synthesis and reduce exercise-related inflammation. Portion size also matters. Aim for 4 to 6 ounces per serving, providing approximately 30 to 45 grams of protein, which is ideal for stimulating muscle protein synthesis in older adults. Eating wild salmon at least 3 times per week, preferably on non-consecutive days, helps maintain consistent omega-3 levels in muscle tissue. Many strong older adults in Alaska and the Pacific Northwest eat wild salmon frequently during the season, often preserving extra portions by smoking or canning for year-round use. Some even include salmon at breakfast, pairing it with eggs for a highly effective muscle-supporting meal. The results of regular wild salmon intake are well documented, including increased muscle mass, faster walking speed, improved balance, reduced inflammation, and enhanced cognitive function related to movement coordination. After just 12 weeks of eating wild salmon 3 times weekly, participants in studies commonly report that their legs feel significantly younger, allowing them to return to activities such as hiking, dancing, or playing on the floor with grandchildren. Maintaining strong legs into your 90s does not require a gym membership or medication. It starts in the kitchen with these 5 scientifically supported foods that work together to preserve, protect, and rebuild muscle at any age. Begin by adding 1 or 2 of these foods to your routine, then gradually include all 5 over time. Consistency matters far more than perfection. Your legs have supported you throughout your life, and with these evidence-based nutritional choices, they can continue to do so for many years ahead. If this video helped you understand how powerful nutrition can be for maintaining strength as you age, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our science-based health content. Thank you for watching. For optimal muscle benefits, eat sardines within an hour after walking or performing leg exercises, when muscles are most responsive to protein synthesis. In many Mediterranean coastal communities, some of the strongest older adults eat sardines almost every day, often at lunch with olives and vegetables, and maintain their leg strength and mobility. Sardines may be one of the most overlooked foods for leg strength, yet the research behind them is compelling. A long-term study from the University of Barcelona followed 800 older adults over 5 years and found that those who ate sardines just twice per week experienced 78% less leg muscle loss compared to participants who avoided them. Sardines are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA, which have unique effects inside muscle cells that few other nutrients can match. These omega-3s become part of the membrane of every muscle cell in your